Good afternoon, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. I've got this gorgeous 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee Sport for you today with the legendary 4-liter inline 6-cylinder engine, automatic transmission, 4-wheel drive. This will be a test drive and driving impression video of this truck as we get it out on the road, put it through its paces, take you along with us for the ride so that you can see and hear everything that we see and hear. Now, we do have an in-depth walk-around video of this vehicle as well, where we go through the ins and outs and demonstrate its many functions and features. Make sure you catch that video as well. I will be sure to include links to both videos in the description portion of the ad, anywhere you see this vehicle for sale. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on our test drive video. Thank you for joining us. All right. 77,186 original miles. Vehicle is just through California smog, has both keys and remote fobs. Go ahead and get our seatbelt on here, safety first, and go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining us, folks. I am really excited to offer this vehicle. This vehicle came in two different powertrains, came in the inline 6 4-liter, and also came with a optional 4.7 liter. Not to say that the 4.7 liter engine was bad, but you know, sometimes when you have the luxury of history, you can go back and you can actually make a better decision for yourself. And when this vehicle was made, the 4-liter was really the way to go. That combined with the 4-wheel drive, select track, not the quadro track where it's all-time 4-wheel drive. So you do have a 2-wheel drive setting, as well as a part-time 4-high, part-time or full-time 4-high, neutral setting, and a 4-low option as well. Brilliant condition inside and out. This is a one-owner vehicle, lifetime California car. No rust, no corrosion. It's absolutely stunning inside and out. Clean vehicle Carfax vehicle history report. Clean California title in hand, and it's been in the Sacramento area since brand new. Transmission shifts are just as smooth as butter. Engine is responsive, quiet, no excessive road or tire noise. Speaking of tires, these tires are brand new, all 4 of them. They even have the little spikes on the bottom of the tread, as I've identified in the photo gallery. Going 50 miles per hour, vehicle feels so smooth. It feels stout, feels stable, doesn't feel top heavy. Go through these twists and turns at this speed, it actually evokes a lot of confidence in the driver. That's more than I could say for a Wrangler, folks, for something that almost has the same capability. Short wheelbase, these things are awesome off-road. There's so many accessories and aftermarket parts available for these still. These things have a cult following, especially when configured like this one. And with this kind of ownership history, mileage, and condition, this is a true rare find. Folks, we're going to be asking $10,000 for this thing, and it is worth every cent. If I had to buy this from an auction, I wouldn't be able to afford to offer it to you at this price. I was fortunate and lucky enough to be able to get this directly from the original owner, elderly couple, senior citizen, and they did us a great deal on it, and we certainly appreciate it, and we're proud to offer it to you. Power is completely sufficient. You don't feel like you're lacking whatsoever. Vehicle is extremely easy to drive. Lots of glass and mirrors all the way around. No blind spots whatsoever. This next section of road has a lot of uneven pavement, rough roads, and potholes, and it really puts the suspension through its paces. This section of road, if we ever have any excessive wear and tear on our upper or lower control arms, ball joints, sway bar links, tie rod ends, we'll typically feel it on this section of road. This thing feels really solid and well put together. You do feel the bumps there, but they're not jarring. They don't vibrate anything. No noises, no clunks, no rattles, no squeaks. This thing couldn't have driven any better if it was brand new. No noise from the transfer case. I mean, this thing is just amazing. No wheel bearing noise, no rattles, no noises from the dashboard or the seats or interior. Folks, this was the era in which Chrysler Corporation, also known as Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Plymouth, all the same company. They may have not had the most extraordinary history of quality throughout their existence, but this was the generation and era in which they did it right. This is when they made their best stuff, and some of the stuff that came from Chrysler during these years are truly special vehicles. I wish we can go back to the 80s and 90s and experience some of these cars brand new, but since we can't do that, this is the closest thing to it, to get one that's in near new condition. Folks, we're gonna go ahead and do a 0 to 60 acceleration run here, going up a hill as you can see, the incline, and with our air conditioning blasting here, putting maximum load on the vehicle. We'll see how quickly I can get from 0 to 60. I'm gonna let a little bit of space form between me and the car in front, and we're gonna go for it. About 50% throttle, 60% throttle, 70% throttle, 80% throttle. And we're at 60 before you know it. Plenty fast, even for today's standards. And as we apply our brakes to slow down to a safe speed, I don't feel any shaking or shimmying on the steering wheel, don't feel any shaking or shimmying on the pedal or chassis of the vehicle. Nothing that would indicate any warpage of the brakes or rotors whatsoever. Every once in a while, folks, I'll get a vehicle that I'll wish I had a need for, so I could have kept for myself. I need another vehicle like I need a hole in my head, but boy, if I needed something like this, if I lived somewhere that snowed and just wanted an affordable vehicle that could get me everywhere I need to go, be in good enough condition to get me compliments and thumbs up and honks everywhere I take it, yet still reliable enough to be able to daily drive, even in today's standards. And you may hear me say that from time to time in today's standards. Well, folks, vehicles drive and their characteristics are very different nowadays, new vehicles versus old ones. There's been huge advancements in technology, both with safety and comfort in the past 20, 25, 30 years, and some vehicles age well and some vehicles don't, as far as driving feel. But this still feels like something in 2025 that is completely drivable. You could drive it every day, you could daily it, you can take it out on the trails, you can do whatever you want with this vehicle. It's a very capable vehicle, very affordable vehicle, even at the higher end of the price spectrum. Folks, if mileage and condition and history and number of owners and rust doesn't matter to you, yes, you can find this car for $4,500 on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist all day long, but it's going to have 220,000 miles on it. It's going to be beat to hell, and it won't be this car. So if you look at it in that standpoint, maybe you could justify spending twice as much for one in this condition. It just really depends on what you're looking for and if your budget allows you that luxury. And if it does, I can promise you're not going to regret your decision. But I'm also not an advocate of overextending yourself. So if this puts you out of your comfort zone, you're willing to compromise on a few things, even one with 200,000 miles, as long as it's got this straight 6.4 liter, it's still going to be a nice and reliable car. Might have an exhaust leak, might have some oil leaks, might have a few little things that you'll have to live with, but you know, you could always keep an eye out for one in this condition when your budget allows. But folks, I've been in business 17 years now, and I haven't come across many of these in this condition with this type of history, with all of the bullet points that this one has to offer. I congratulate the next owner in advance for this beautiful vehicle. If you have any other questions, concerns, or comments, you want to get a hold of a live person, you can get a hold of me by dialing area code 916-765-7575. You can also find us 24/7, 365 days a year on our website at directauto.outlook.com. Do you want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us and investing your valuable time, sticking with us throughout the entirety of this video. I certainly do hope to have the opportunity to see and interact with each and every one of you in the near future. And that, folks, is what we would call a wrap. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.